Good morning, DayBreak. My name is Wagenvoort, and I am the Interim Children's Ministry Coordinator here. And this week, I have another story for you. Now, we're going to jump in time a little bit from Abraham all the way to Jesus. So kind of on the other end of the Bible, but that's okay. And this story is taken from Matthew chapter 1, verses 1 to 17. It goes a little something like this. Jesus is God the Son. God the Son has always existed. No one created him. God planned to send his Son to earth to save people from sin. And Jesus came to earth as a baby. He was born to Mary, who was married to Joseph. And Jesus, he's fully God, and he is fully man. Jesus different from any other person. Like all people on earth, Jesus' family had a history, a family tree. Jesus had parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, all the way back for many generations. Jesus came from the family of Abraham and the family of King David. Abraham had a son named Isaac, who we talked about last week. And years later, and when Isaac had a family, one of his sons was named Jacob. And Jacob was a part of God's family. Years later, a man named Salmon was born into Jesus' family tree. And this guy married Rahab, who hid the Israelite spies when they came to Jericho. And Rahab had a baby whose name was Boaz. Boaz was a farmer, and he married Ruth. Boaz and Ruth had a son named Obed, and Obed's son was Jesse. And Jesse, he had many sons, and the youngest was a boy named David. And David was just a boy when he had been chosen to be king of Israel. And King David, he liked to write. He wrote songs that he would call psalms. And some of them were about the time when Jesus would come to earth. Other people in Jesus' family were kings too. David's son Solomon was a king. King Jehoshaphat was part of Jesus' family tree, and so was King Uzziah, and Ahaz, Hezekiah, and Josiah. Then came Matan. Matan's son was named Jacob, and Jacob's son was named Joseph. And Joseph, well, he's the man who took Mary to be his wife. Mary was Jesus' mother, and Joseph, he raised Jesus as if he was his own, because Jesus was truly God's son, the chosen Messiah. So Jesus came to earth as a baby in Bethlehem. And Jesus had earthly parents, Mary and Joseph. But his true father is God. Through Jesus, God kept his promise to Abraham and his promise to David. Jesus saves people from their sin and adopts them into God's family. And that is all I have for today's story. I hope you liked it, and yeah, if you want to check out some of the questions that arise from this story, look for our Wednesday email, and other than that, I'll see you all next week. Have a great Sunday.